Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee!
No.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
You shed a light that guides me home.
I got it.
You're my favorite.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face. SWIC feels like a community, like family, like home.
SWIC is a place for you.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fort Dodge, Iowa. It's the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Hello, everybody. Aaron Eggestall with you as we get set for our second Class 4A semifinal. It's the 2-seed Western Dubuque coming in 33-7, and the 3-seed ADM coming in at 26-10. We'll have the starting lineups for you, along with some information about how these teams got here, coming up in just a little bit on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs in building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee!
No.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Back to Fort Dodge, it's the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, and we're powered by Mid-American Energy Company. You see the Iowa Central logo on the Iowa Central field, the two teams, and the coaches are talking right now. Let's take a look at the road, a state of how these two teams got here. First of all, the road team on the scoreboard, the ADM Tigers, 26-10 on the year. Head coach Lindsey Stanford. They defeated Clear Creek Amana 1-0 in the quarterfinals. 3 hits allowed in the game altogether, a 1-0 victory in the quarterfinals. And it was the Western Dubuque Bobcats getting here by way of defeating North Polk in the first round, 5-2, the victory in the quarterfinals. Steve Corcoran is the head coach, 35-7 on the year. And Sidney Kennedy pitched a complete game, 5 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts in the victory there for Western Dubuque. The biggest surprise at the state tournament this year, the Western Dubuque Bobcats rated number 2 overall. They came in to the regular season. They were a team that nobody really knew much about. They were a team that were unranked at the beginning of the season, making it all the way up to number 2 in the rankings throughout the year. But they've proved themselves this year that they belong throughout the regular seasons, why they earned the number 2 rankings. They fell behind a little bit in that game against North Polk in the first round, but are able to come back and find the 5-2 victory. A little bit behind schedule here. We've had a couple of long games in the Class 2A bracket, a couple of long games in the Class 2A. The Class 4A game ahead of us, Winterset and Boone, just concluded with the number 1 overall seed Winterset going down. And now we're going to go upstairs to Mr. Rex Baker as he gives us our starting lineups for today's game.
The winner of this game will advance to the championship game on Friday on Cougar Seeds Field at 5 p.m. I'm ready for Noah. Now, let's meet the non-starters for the visitors from ADM. Number 1, Olivia Wyant. Number 5, Callie Hazel. Number 9, Madison Seatkin. Number 14, Marissa Gerlin. Number 16, Brooklyn Bailey. Number 23, Michaela Crown. Number 26, Hannah Grossman. And number 30, Tess Bourne. The assistant coaches for the Tigers are Clay Rickert and Kinsey Sutton. And now let's make the starting lineup for the Tigers. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 12, Olivia Talari. Batting second, third baseman, number 22, Brooke Hickey. Batting third, the pitcher, number 28, Aaliyah Yanga. Batting fourth, the DP, number 3, Bryn Buska. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 27, Kaylee Smith. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 6, A.J. Smith. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 11, Cameron Smith. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 2, Addison Vance. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 17, Ella Grossman. And the flex player this afternoon, playing right field, number 7, Maddie James. Head coach for the Tigers is Lindsay Stanford. And now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Bobcats. Number 6, Erica Imson. Number 8, Ella Meyer. Number 9, Meredith Homer. Number 14, Isabel Imson. Number 15, Aubriana Jarding. Number 16, Bryn Walters. Number 17, Gabby Kaiser. Number 19, Paige Kett. Number 21, Caitlin Stoll. The assistant coaches for the Bobcats, Lynn Homer, Holly Klein, and Ashley Touchford. And now let's put the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Leading off, playing center field, number 2, Sarah Hirschfield. Batting second, the pitcher, number 1, Sydney Kennedy. Batting third, first baseman, number 20, Abigail Kleesner. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 4, Maddie Harris. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 3, Meg Bessler. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 11, Audrey Bierman. Batting seventh, the DP, number 5, Maddie Heiderscheit. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 7, Hallie Rugenbush. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 12, Shelby Rice. And the flex player this afternoon for Western Dubuque, the right fielder, number 10, Haley Wolfkruger. Head coach for the Bobcats, Rex Massey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play state. Hang on a minute, we forgot one of the most important things, ladies and gentlemen. Please direct your attention to home plate for the introduction of our umpires, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Steve Ebert. At third base, Tony Vandegrift. And behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, Tom Berger. Sorry about that, guys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to play state semifinal softball.
Well, there you have it. There's our starting laps as we get set for this state semifinal matchup. The winner will head to the state championship game. That will be played on Friday over on the Kruger Seeds Field. The 4A championship is set for 5 p.m. on Friday over at the Kruger Seeds Field. Western Dubuque is the number 2 overall seed. They won by 5-2 decision in the opening round. They will take the field first. A little bit different of a uniform. Sometimes what we've seen more recently with some of the other schools is they don't change completely. They usually maybe keep the same pants or have something that's similar. These Western Dubuque Bobcats yesterday were in red jerseys and black pants. Now today you see them warming up right now. Gray pants and black jerseys to go along with it. Sydney Kennedy will get the start, her 25th start of the year. 24th came in the quarterfinal round, where she has thrown over 140 innings, allowing just 35 earned runs, a 1.69 ERA, 186 strikeouts on the year. She's given up a total of 87 hits, 34 walks, 11 hit batters. She has 17 wins, 5 losses, and 1 save. You're going to see Kennedy in the circle for Western Dubuque. It took Kennedy and the rest of the Bobcats just a little bit of time to acclimate themselves to the state tournament yesterday when they played their quarterfinal round. We mentioned just a little bit of extra time. You know, they came off to a little bit of a slow start. North Polk kind of hit the ball all over the yard in the first couple of innings, but then once Kennedy settled in, started getting her pitches going, once she got through the batting order, maybe a little over one time. It wasn't quite just 1 through time and okay, we're good. It was about halfway through the order the second time, and the Kennedy really kicked it in. And the defense behind her was fantastic, and it was a Western Dubuque Bobcat victory. First pitch was called for a strike. Now we've got a ball on a 1-1 strike count. Just a couple of games left in the semifinal round. It's been a long semifinal day so far. A lot of softball being played. All the semifinals being played here on a Wednesday, semifinal day. Newell Fonda opened up the day with a victory in Class 1A, beating Southeast Warren. They joined Lisbon in the 1A championship. That's set. Ground ball to the right side is going to be a base hit for ADM. As that was Tollery who found the base hit. Brooke Hickey will step in now. She's a dangerous hitter. Wears number 22. 51 hits on the year, including 14 home runs. She has hit the ball all over the yard this year for the Tigers of ADM. That one misses low for a ball. 19 walks she's taken. She struck out 12 times, batting .477 this year. Oliver is over at first base. Kennedy, the pitcher, is softball bound, college softball bound. She'll head and play for DMAC next year. DMAC, a very good softball team. One of the best junior colleges you're going to find in the state. This one's sent deep to left field. It's going to be caught near the warning track out in left field. A nice grab by Bierman for out number 1. Hickey gave it a ride, looking for number 15 on the year. Aaliyah Yanga will step in now. Yanga was kind of the story and the show for ADM in the quarterfinal round. She pitched for the Tigers. We're going to see her pitch again today as the runner's going to take off and be in there safely. Still on base to second base. But along with pitching and allowing Clear Creek Amanda to collect just 2 hits, 1 hit. This one's in the air towards right field. It's going to be pulled down, but she also hit the home run that secured the only run for ADM and for both teams. It was a 1-0 victory for ADM over Clear Creek Amana. And Yanga, as Wolf Cool, will pull that one down for out number 2. Yanga picked up the only run with a solo home run, and that was the only run scored in the game. That one misses low for a ball. There was only 3 hits collected in that quarterfinal game between Clear Creek Amana and ADM. The two pitchers dueling it out. This one's foul, hit down the third base side pretty hard by Busta. Bryn Busta is the batter. The junior, 25 hits on the year coming into the tournament. Has walked 15 times, which is second on the team. 294 batting average for Busta on the year, and this one's fouled off. And after the game, Clear Creek Amana's pitcher was as classy as possible about the game. She knew she pitched so well. As that one's a swing and a miss, strike three. We'll talk more about this going on, but what a game that was between Clear Creek Amana and ADM. We played a half. ADM leads a runner on base. We'll talk more when we come back in the bottom. You're listening and watching the IGHSAU State Softball Championships on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
To Fort Dodge, it's the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Hey fans, Central College has new tuition prices of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens the door for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. That's central.edu. Apply today. Well, we're going to see first ups here for Western Dubuque as they're going to face Yanga for the first time, and the first ball is hit down the third base side, and Hickey will fire it over to first in time for the out. Good 5-3 put out. Smith squeezing it at first base. Hickey is the third baseman. Tollery is at shortstop. Smith is over at second base. That's number 11. Cameron Smith is over at second base. And we'll see Kaylee Smith at first base. Squeezing that one a moment ago. Ella Grossman is in left field. She's also in the outfield with Aniston Smith in center field. This one's popped up, and it's out number 2. So the Western Dubuque batting order has gone down 1-2 so far on just 2 pitches. And the flex player out in right field is number 7, Maddie James, who's playing right field. She's an 8th grader. That takes you around the infield. In the circle, we mentioned Yanga. What a game she had yesterday against Clear Creek Amana, and then catching the balls and strikes today is Bance behind the plate. This one towards the right side, and it's snagged by Kaylee Smith for out number 3. 3 up and 3 down with just 4 pitches thrown from Yanga, and we are through inning number 1. We head to the second, no score between Western Dubuque and ADM. We're back after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines, the yeses are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
To Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships are presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, and you're back in time to watch Kaylee Smith take strike number one. Smith made a nice play in foul territory to end the first inning and to end Western Dubuque 1-2-3. Just 4 pitches from Yanga. That one's going to fall down, and Western Dubuque does a great job of letting it go foul. The communication was fantastic there by the 3 on the left side of the infield. It was the catcher, Harris, the pitcher, Kennedy, and the third baseman, Wilgenbush, over at third base. All of them collapsing on the ball, and you could hear all 3 of them talking to each other saying, no, don't touch it, as they let it roll foul. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. This is a center fielder. Aniston Smith is the batter. That one misses low for a ball. Everybody calling her AJ. It seems like the radio guy off to our right-hand side. The coach is on the left-hand side, so we'll do the same. Go by AJ Smith the rest of the game, the center fielder. Senior has collected 26 hits coming into the tournament, including a double. Has 10 RBIs this year, makes a big cut at that one. It'll be 1-2. You see the crowd on hand here, right behind us at the Iowa Central Field. This one's fouled back and off the screen. A group of young ADM fans down there on the side watching. You can see them down in the left side of your screen behind the IGHSAU logo there. There's about 3 or 4 more of them on the other side where you can't see the screen. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and AJ Smith will go down. Good group of girls watching on as they're Tigers are playing here in the state semifinals. It's cool to see that, And obviously as a coach, the coaches like to see that as well. The young girls that are watching on saying, hey, I want to do that someday. And then the coach can be like, okay, you want to do that someday? This is what it's going to take. And obviously the ADM program knows how to get here and win games in Fort Dodge. 5 appearances for ADM at the state tournament. That one's going to be fouled back. The softball state championships. 5 appearances in the since they became ADM. As a school as a whole, you go back to Adele Soto. You have state tournament appearances that go back all the way back to 1966, back in the summer and the fall. That's going to be strike 3. Another quick one here for Kennedy. As nobody reaches base this time, she uses 12 pitches to retire. ADM will head to the bottom half of the second inning. No score between ADM and Western Dubuque right here on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The IGHSAU State Softball Championships are live here on the IGHSAU Digital Network. You see the scoreboard flash down there. Nothing to show on it so far besides a strike that is a foul ball. Oh, a couple of them have landed up there. Good shot from our camera guy. Randy doing a good job up there. Got a collection of softballs. Randy's just keeping them up there so we can take a couple home with them later on. That one misses for a ball. They're cool softballs. We talked about them in an earlier game. If you happen to be tuned into that one, they're cool softballs. They're the normal softballs, new obviously, but they've got the IGHSAU logo. You see it there next to the Iowa Central logo off the left-hand side, also big right behind me. Swing and a miss and a big cut for Harris, the catcher, the four-hitter in the order for Western Dubuque. But they're cool softballs, have the IGHSAU logo on them, and just really cool. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have no score. It's been a quick start to this one between ADM and Western Dubuque. Ground ball to the shortstop, and it's bobbled and will not have a play. So we're going to have our first base runner of the game for Western Dubuque on an error. We'll have a courtesy runner over at first base as well. Brought to you by our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT and IMT INS. As you see the conversation between our courtesy runner and coach. Isabel Ernzen will be the courtesy runner over at first base. This one hit down the third base side is going to be foul. Getting out of the way with that one was Rex Massey, the first-year head coach of these Western Dubuque Bobcats. Has the record at 33-7 now after the victory in the first round. School's second state tournament appearance, his first. Finished second in the Mississippi Valley Conference this year. Squared for a bunt. It's a strike. Runner over at first base as a courtesy runner. Out of Dubuque County, the Bobcats. Batting right now with those black jerseys on. Yanga's the pitcher, and a very good one at that. As that one's in there for a called strike. Tricky pitch. The Yanga gets it across the strike zone for a strikeout. And out number 1. This is Audrey Bierman will step in. She's the left fielder. She made a great play in left field in the first inning to retire one of the top batters, Hickey, for ADM. Hickey gave it a ride. Bierman likes to slap. As you see her moving through the box there. First pitch misses for a ball. Bierman in the quarterfinal game had a couple of good slaps, and you can see the third baseman for ADM is playing up, knowing that that's where Bierman likes to go with her slap, playing a little bit closer. Also in case she tries to bunt and move the runner. That one's in there for a called strike. Probably not going to go to second base unless it's a ball that's hit towards the circle and she's on the run that way, then maybe has a play. But she's going to hope that her shortstop or her second baseman get there in time. Just want to take that out, especially with one out already. You just want to get it out where you can at first base. This one's popped up and out of play. Bierman, again, moving from the box, from the back to the front, trying to slap it down. A pretty prolific slapper this season for the Bobcats. Nearly 50 hits on the year, 46. And that one's down the third base side. 46 hits, a ton of hits on this Western Dubuque team. Kennedy's got 66. Horsfield's got 77. 39 for Pesler, 45 for Harris, and 46 for Pierman. Yeah, those are all the hits from just 6 of the batters. I mean, that's 6 batters in the order. And the rest of the order is not too far behind. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch by Yanga, trying to keep her team around here in this state tournament. There's a look at Yanga. What a performance by her yesterday, both hitting and pitching. Such a spectacular athlete we have in the state. 7 strikeouts for her yesterday. Ground ball right back in the middle, and she's able to field it cleanly and fire to first in time. We hadn't seen her fielding yet. We saw how outstanding of a pitcher she is. We know how outstanding of a hitter she is, and now she's showing off her fielding skills as well, as the out is retired. Runner is left on base. We have played 1.5, no score. ADM in Western Dubuque. We're back on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Next.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
For Dodge, Iowa, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships. We're on the Iowa Central field. You see the big Iowa Central logo there behind. As this one is fouled up and out of play, we will see the 8, 9, and 1 hitters all due up for ADM. And it starts with Bance. Bance, a right-handed hitter, 8, 9, and 1. That one's down on the dirt for a ball. A 1 ball and 1 strike. Top half of the 3rd inning, we were moving along at a pretty good clip. Both the pitchers going at it. Kennedy is off to DMAC next year. I didn't get to quite finish my conversation about that as the innings were moving along, but off to DMAC for one of the most powerful junior colleges this state and the country has to offer. They're down at the national tournament all the time making noise, and that's why I say the nation has to offer. DMAC, what a job that everybody down at that staff at DMAC has done over the years, getting them around. This one is crushed to center field, and you can say goodbye. No chance of that one coming back. See you later. Bance with a home run to left center field. Boom. Addison Bance, the sophomore, hits her first home run of the season. And it's a big one here in the state tournament. Touch them all. Let's watch it again. The 8 hitter in the order, Bance, sends it out of here. First home run of the season, and that one you could hear off the bat. The outfielders did give it, Horsfield did give it chase, but as soon as he hit it, you knew there was no chance of it coming back. And ADM again leads 1-0. ADM has scored 2 runs in this state tournament so far, and both of them have come via solo home runs. Yanga hit a solo home run to beat Clear Creek Amana 1-0, and now Bance has hit a home run to take a 1-0 lead over Western Dubuque in the top half of inning number 3. This one in the air, it's popped up. It's going to be playable for Horsfield, the center fielder, and she'll make the play for out number 1. We'll go back to the top of the order for the first time with ADM. As Talari will step in. She's 1 for 1 so far. She led the game off, reaching base via a ground ball to right field. And now she's going to be 2 for 2 as she sends that one into left field, and she's going to try for 2, and she's in there. It's a Kruger Seeds extra base hit back-to-back. Kruger Seeds extra base hits, a home run, and then a double by Talari. Next time you're in the need of corn or soybean seeds, give our friends at Kruger Seeds a call. Kruger Seeds, the sponsor of all extra base hits here at the state tournaments. Back-to-back extra base hits for ADM. And they're going to intentionally walk Hickey. So Hickey gets intentionally walked. The problem is you intentionally walk Hickey to get Yanga. Hickey, though, does have 40 RBI on the year, 14 home runs, including 51 hits. And Yanga is going to pop the first one up and foul. Yanga hit her 8th home run of the season last year, so you're intentionally walking a batter with 14 home runs to get a batter with 8 home runs. And Yanga bats from the left side. Runners at first and second here for ADM. They lead 1-0, and it's the heart of the order up right now. But Yanga's fallen behind in the count 0-2. She can help herself out. She knows that her teammate Addison Bance just helped her out. Now she can help herself against Kennedy. That one misses low for a ball. Along with being a really good pitcher, Kennedy is also a great hitter. We'll talk more about her as she comes up to bat a few times in this game, hopefully for Western Dubuque. There's a swing and a miss, and Yanga will go down. So Yanga goes down on strikes. So a good gamble there by the coaching staff for Western Dubuque. Coach Rex Massey. But it's not, they're not out of the woods yet, as Bryn Busto will step in, the cleanup hitter. She's 0 for 1. They decided to put Hickey on. They struck out the 3-hitter, Yanga, and now they got Busto, who's also a very verse hitter. 24 hits on the year for her. Here in the 4 spot, 15 RBI. She's walked 15 times. She's 0 for 1. She struck out swinging her only time up so far, and I'm sure that's also what Coach Massey was seeing, as that one misses for a ball, back-to-back balls. I'm sure he saw, okay, we can get through 3, which they did. And you got 4 who has struck out. Not saying that that's going to happen again, but just trying to think of, go through the thinking of Coach Massey. And now it's 3-0. Kennedy in danger of walking the bases loaded. She's thrown 39 pitches. They're 2 2/3 thus far. Batting from the right side. That one is popped up in the air. She's swinging on 3-0, and it's going to be an out. Swings on 3-0 and is fouled up and out of play. Rather, not out of play, out of the playing field in foul territory, and Kleesner will make the catch for out number 3. But ADM is on the board. They score a run and a home run to left field, and it's 1-0 Tigers. We'll come back right after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you, and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back out in the IGHSAU Digital Network, there's the wonderful IGHSAU logo. And the fans we were talking about earlier, the young girls watching, them along with you can go to IGHSAU.org and get your merchandise. You can browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. That's IGHSAU.org today to get your merchandise. All the merchandise you can handle. And you can customize it. That's the best part. Customize it to your fit and your style. Just don't ask me for advice on style. I'm no help. That one misses for a ball. Yenga pitches that one in there pretty quickly. Rise ball, though, misses. Hallie Wilgenbush is the batter for Western Dubuque. Wilgenbush has 18 hits on the year. That one misses outside. One run on 3 hits and an error committed in the game by ADM. Nothing on the scoreboard yet for Western Dubuque. That one misses high for a ball. Western Dubuque has had a runner on base, though, with that error. But Yenga, no hits thus far. And that's a 3-0 take. Be a called strike here on Wilgenbush. 8-9-1. This is exactly where the ADM lineup started in the top half of the third inning. 8-9-1. Same spot here for Western Dubuque. We'll see if they can answer with a run of their own. That one misses low for ball 4, and Wilgenbush is on base. Second runner on base. An error and a walk are the only 2 runners to reach base thus far for Western Dubuque. It'll be the 9-hitter. And we're going to have a change in the 9 spot without Rice hitting. We're going to have a substitution, a pinch hitter. Bryn Walters is an IMT pinch hitter. All of our pinch hitters today are brought to you by our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Bryn Walters will come in. She will hit. She also pinched hit in the quarterfinal game. The freshman has 28 hits on the year. Rice was scheduled to be in the 9 spot. She did not come out, though. And maybe that's why that one's going to be fouled back. They might be using her to try to bunt for a hit. She does have 28 hits this year, 17 runs scored, 8 RBI, 4 doubles and a triple, so she can swing, and she does swing with some power. 4 doubles and a triple this year for Walters, the freshman. Yenga back on the rubber. And it is bunted. And Welter's going to try to beat it out. She's there, but it's going to be an error. And she's going to keep running runners at third base. It's second and third. It's going to be an error charge to ADM, the second of the ball game, on a throw that went over Keely Smith's head at first base. Smith will be charged, the error will be charged to the pitcher Yenga. Wilgenbush will move over to third base. Welters
That's what they were talking about, media box.
Oh. Conversation about the umpires was the ball landed over in the media box. After the throw. This one slapped out into left field. It's going to score a couple of runs. 1 run will score, and they quickly get it back in time. It's going to be a double for the top of the order, Horsfeld. She lines the double down the third base side. Wilgenbush will score. Welters will stay at third base as quickly getting there is Grossman to make it, but get it into second base is Horsfeld. It's an extra base hit brought to you by Kruger Seeds for the leadoff hitter, Horsfeld. And that one misses low for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes to count. Runner at third base, runner at second base. Western Dubuque has tied the game at 1, and they're threatening with nobody out. Still no outs recorded. We mentioned that a moment ago. Both of the teams started with 8-9-1 here in the third inning. ADM put up 1 run, and this one is a shot to right field. It's going to get down to the wall. Kennedy's rounding first, heading for second. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. It's a 2-run double for the pitcher, Sydney Kennedy. Another Kruger Seeds extra base hit. Welter scores, Horsfeld scores. And it's Western Dubuque 3, ADM 1. There's our Kruger Seeds extra base hit hitter heading back to the dugout. And we'll have a courtesy runner as well Our courtesy runners today are brought to you by our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMT Insurance, IMTINS.com. Emma Ernzen will come in and run over at second base as the courtesy runner. Erica Ernzen. The other one is Isabel Ernzen. She's running for the catcher. But this one is Erica. Runner at second base, still nobody out. As that one will miss high for a ball. The first runs that Yanga and ADM have given up in this tournament. And Western Dubuque has answered the home run by ADM with 3 runs of their own, and there's still nobody out. In the heart of the order, this is Abigail Kleesner. Ground ball back to the pitcher. It's fielded nicely by Yanga, and she'll fire to first base in time for the out. You can score that 1-3. Ernzen will move over to third base. As you see her and Coach Massey talking right now. This is Harris, the pitcher, or rather the catcher, will step into the 4th spot, left-handed batter. She's 0 for 1 in the contest. Bottom of the 4th inning, this is the most action we've seen here in the 3rd. She hit a ground ball and reached on an error to the shortstop her last time up. She'll start with a ball. Yanga has allowed now just 40 earned runs this year. As that one misses outside for a ball, it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. 3 of them have come in this contest here to Western Dubuque. Western Dubuque is as far as they have ever been in girls softball. They've been to their tournament 1 time, lost in the first round, are in the semifinals for the first time, trying to reach the finals for the first time. And they already know they won't have to go through the number 1 seed, as winner's set was knocked off by Boone in the game right before this. So the number 1 seed winner's set went down at the hands of Boone. And Boone right now awaiting the winner of this contest. These 2 teams will play at 5 p.m. tomorrow night for a state championship. One of these 2 teams and Boone. That one misses low for a ball. The only other appearance to the state tournament for Western Dubuque was in 2008, and they lost a winner's set in the first round in 9 innings. That was the only other time that Western Dubuque has appeared in the state softball tournament. Lost to winner's set in the opening round 4-2. That game went to 9 innings before winner's set came out on top. And winner's set actually went along to win the state title that year. So if winner's set would have won, it would have been kind of cool, that rematch from 2008 in the state title game, but not how it will work out this year. Boone will await the winner. Full count, 3-2 to Harris. Ground ball, it's foul. Western Dubuque only has 1 state championship in a team girls sport. They have a couple of bowling individual titles, a couple of outdoor track individual titles, but they only have 1 championship in girls athletics as a team, and they're now 2 wins away from trying to make it 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout. Still a runner over at third base, 2 outs now, as Meg Bessler will step in. Bessler's 0 for 1 so far, bats from the right side. That lone team championship for Western Dubuque came in 1987 in 5-on-5 girls basketball. As this one's foul, who heads up over there at the media area. Camera guys trying to get you some highlights for later on. You want to see those highlights later on, well, just know that it's a dangerous job for them to get those highlights, as they're right in the line of fire down there in the camera well. Getting out of the way of a foul ball to get you some highlights you can watch on your television later on. 0-1. That one misses high for a ball. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Yanga up to 38 pitches. Besler's 0 for 1, batting from the right side. 3 runs in for Western Dubuque. Makes it a 3-1 Bobcats lead. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Besler in the 5-hole. Looking for her 40th hit. Called strike 3. She'll go down looking. Backwards K for Yanga. They get out of it, but not after 3 runs. Score on 2 hits. An error in 23 pitches. We've played 3. It's 3-1. Western Dubuque back for more on the IGHSAU Digital Network next.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
The IGHSAU State Championships of Softball are brought to you by Mid-American Energy Company and are presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. You see the scoreboard flashing in. Top of the 4th inning, it's Western Dubuque 3, ADM 1. ADM back to bat here in the top half with Kennedy having some run support now, and she helped out. Sydney Kennedy with a double that scored 2 runs. 2 of the 3 runs are off of her bat. We'll have a couple of balls to start off the at-bat to Smith. It's 5, 6, and 7, which means Smith, and yes, Smith will be the batters for ADM. Here to lead things off in the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. That's Kaylee Smith. Kaylee Smith will be followed by AJ Smith, who will be followed by Cameron Smith. This one is right back at the pitcher. Takes off her glove. She throws it to first in time for the out. Oh, man. What just happened? A line drive right back at the pitcher. We got to watch this one again. Line drive ripped right back at the pitcher. It took off her glove. She dropped her glove, grabbed the ball, and then, yeah, there it is. It took off her glove, which is not an out. The ball landed in it. She went to pick up her glove and said, oh, why am I picking up the entire glove? You saw it first. You probably missed it because the bodies were in the way there. But at first she tried to put her hand back in the glove and said, no, I don't need that. She just grabbed the softball and threw it to first. There's a changeup. That's disgusting. Just a really, really disgusting changeup there for Kennedy. That one kind of spaced me out for a moment as well. This one's fouled back here. And it'll be no balls and 2 strikes the count. Kennedy, we talked about it earlier, the D-Max signing, hitting over 500 with nearly 65 RBIs, 5 home runs on the year. And, yeah, she's a pretty incredible athlete. Pitcher as well will go to DMAC next year, but she does it with her arm and her bat. Foul ball. Now it'll be no balls and 2 strikes. This is A.J. Smith batting now in the 6th spot. She's 0 for 1 so far. Struck out swinging her first time to the plate. Popped up in the air and was in foul territory. We got pretty far behind in the Class 2A games, but the 4A ones have been boot scooting along and are moving pretty quickly. I still don't think we're going to get to a 7:30 start for our Fort Dodge Waukee game that will close out the night, but we won't be crazy far off. And lets things escalate. Little action there in the bullpen for the Tigers of ADM. Tess working, the sophomore. Tess Bourne, the sophomore working. 9 appearances on the year, 35 innings. Her and Cameron Smith are the other 2 pitchers for the Tigers. Cameron Smith is in the field right now. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. That one's down in the dirt. Bourne is not. She is not in the starting lineup for ADM. They could go to either one. This one's popped up in the air. Not sure how they'll switch up their lineup because Yanga is not a bat you want to lose from your lineup, and obviously I'm sure they don't. So if Bourne comes in, I'm sure Yanga will either go somewhere. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Yanga will either go somewhere else or she'll be maybe enter as the DP possibly. Cameron Smith will step in now here in the 3 spot. And obviously we know she can't be warming up in the bullpen because she was on deck and now batting. Ground ball, third base side, across the diamond, and the play is made. It's 5-3 for the putout. Wilgenbush will finish it off. Kleesner squeezes it at first. We played 3.5. It's still Western Dubuque 3, ADM 1. We're back for more softball right after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face. SWIC feels like a community, like family, like home.
SWIC is a place for you.
The IGHSAU Digital Network is powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Iowa Central field. You can see the Iowa Central logo right there as Yanga will return to the field to pitch for ADM in the circle. And the first pitch misses high for a ball. Iowa Central Field is the host of the 30 games, as I've been calling them. All of the games here on this field start at the 30 time frame, with our first one at 11:30 this morning. The Kruger Seeds Field has all of the ones that started at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And they're scheduled to start their final game at 7 o'clock. Ground ball, third base side. It was on a bunt. Is she safe? Yes! Bierman is safe on a bunt. They use that trick in games because Bierman is quick. She is a track state champion in the 100, the 200, and the 400 meters. She won three state track championships this year. And she bunts for a hit down the first base side. That one's in there for a called strike. She was also on the sprint medley team that qualified for the state track meet. So it was in 4 races at the state track meet. As that one, and she's going to take off, and she's in safely at second base. Good throw, but when you got a state track champion on the base paths, not everybody has one of those. You hear the Western Dubuque students section letting the ADM players know what I just told you as well. Telling them that she is a state track champion. Good crowds on hand here. It's fun to see the 2 student sections. They're standing up as if we were at a basketball game or a football game. The student section's standing up and chanting at each other back and forth. Kind of cool to see. This one's fouled up and out of play. And the Bobcats fans decided shirtless was the way to go today. The boys in the front row of the Western Dubuque stands, no shirts. And they've got Bobcats in body paint across their chests. That's a new look. And every other letter is a different color. So the B is black. The O is red. And so on and so forth to spell out Bobcats across their chest. 7 of them. 2-2 is the count. That one goes up and out of play. Yanga up to 48 pitches now. She's thrown 10. That's the last time we talked about it. 3 complete innings. Western Dubuque leads 3-1. They scored 3 runs their last ups in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, including a couple of extra base hits and a solo home run. That one misses for a wild pitch high. Bierman is going to take third base with ease. She takes third base, and she was looking towards home. A lot of players on a wild pitch are going to run to second base. They know they're going to have second base. Okay, we'll trot into second base. Okay. Well, Bierman's rounding third base, and she was looking at home, saying, hey, can I have this as well? Well, no. ADM quickly getting back there to pick up the softball to keep her at third base. But just one bag away. Still nobody out here for Western Dubuque as they're trying to advance onto the state championship game and play in their first ever softball state championship. They're playing in their first ever softball semifinal game right now. Only other time to the state tournament they lost in 2008 in the first round. Three and 2. This one's fouled up and out of play. The ADM Tigers program, not necessarily this team. Some of the pieces on this team know the feeling, but the program knows how to get here down to the state tournament, how to find the finals game. In 5 appearances as ADM, we mentioned they have 13 total appearances as a school. That's ADM and then all the way back to Del Soto, going all the way back to 66. But in 5 times that the school has appeared at the softball state championships as ADM, they have finished second 4 times. Yes, 4 times they have finished second. That's a strikeout. Wilgenbush will come in and bat now in the 8th spot, including most recently in 2018. 2018, they finished second. As the first one is in there for a called strike on Wilgenbush. 2008 was the only time that they didn't get to the championship game and finish second. They lost in the first round to Davenport Assumption in 2008. And then they went 10 years without appearing here at the state tournament after a run of some pretty good teams getting here. Back-to-back in 7 and 8. There's a big cut, a swing and a miss. Went 10 years from 2008 through 2018. And then got back in 2018, got all the way to the finals and lost in the finals. They did win their consolation game in 2008, and then 2008 there wasn't. That was back when they used to still play all the games. They used to play for 7 and 8, 5 and 6, 3rd and 4th, and then 1st and 2nd. They used to play all those consolation games. Don't do that anymore. If you lose in the first round, you play a consolation game the next day. If you win the first round, you get the semifinals, and then you get a 3rd place game. So they decide the places 1 through 4, and then they don't decide the back half of the bracket anymore if you lose in the first round. So Oskaloosa, a 4-0 lose. They lost to Carlisle. Carlisle, who Boone beat, Boone beat Carlisle in the first round. And you knew Boone was for real when they beat Carlisle. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. You knew Boone was for real when they beat Carlisle in the first round. Pretty good program. And they really proved it with their win in the semifinals against Winter a moment ago. Here's a base hit to left field. It's going to be a single. And RBI is going to come home to score. And we've got runners at 1st and 2nd. Western Dubuque back on the board once again. Moore runs in for Western Dubuque. We've got a conference on the mound. Will we have a pitching change? We will. And while we have a pitching change, we'll take a break. We'll come back in a little bit. We'll talk about the new pitcher right next on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. And we've got a new pitcher in. It's who we saw warming up moments ago. Bourne will come in and pitch. Sophomore, 9 appearances. 35 1/3 innings. 19 earned runs, the 3.76 ERA. 25 Ks, 31 hits. She's walked 17. And will come in to pitch here against Western Dubuque as the Bobcats will have runners at 1st and 2nd with just 1 out in this contest. Trying to extend their lead, trying to break it open a little bit. And that single and RBI came up from the 9-hitter Walters, who entered into play. They didn't know for sure, obviously didn't know for sure who they were going to put in that spot. Bierman ended up coming around to score because they originally had Rice scheduled to bat in the 9 spot, and a ball is going to get back behind the pitcher. Here's the throw home. There will be a play, and the ball gets away. So a run will score on a wild pitch as the play at the plate did not happen with the ball getting away. A wild pitch will score the run. Walters will move over to 3rd base. Horsfeld is the batter here for Western Dubuque. Bourne is the IMT substitution as she was a pitching change. Appreciate the camera work earlier. We saw her warming up. Figured that's who was going to be coming in. Horsfeld 1 for 2 has a runner over at first base and just one out. Western Dubuque leads 5-1. They're trying to square to bunt. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. It'll be 2 balls and a strike called. This one is hit out into left field. It's going to get down for a hit. It's going to be an extra base hit. Will it be 3? She's rounding second, heading for third. Is she out? Yes. It'll be an RBI double. It's still a Kruger Seeds extra base hit. It's an RBI double for Horsfeld as she scores the runs. It's now 6-1. In favor of Western Dubuque, and then Horsfeld is out at third base on the throw. Still a Kruger Seeds extra base hit. Thanks to our friends at Kruger Seeds for all of their sponsorship. We appreciate it. Next time you're in the need of quarter soybean seed, make sure you give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Ground ball will be picked up and fired over to first in time for the out. But Western Dubuque back on the board once again. They lead 6-1 as we head to inning number 5 here on the IGHSAU Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
No, that was banned. The other one, but I can tell you that. No, I didn't think that. And scored 2 runs, and I forgot how the other one came. The IGHSAU state championships are brought to you by our good friends at Central College. Hey fans, Central College has tuition prices at just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens the door for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. Scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. Central.edu. The IGHSAU state championships are presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, and our broadcasts are powered by Mid-American Energy Company. We appreciate everybody at Mid-American Energy Company. Kennedy is back in for her 5th inning of work. 55 pitches she's thrown so far here through 4 innings. And just like in the quarterfinal round, a little bit of a slow start, and then once she got dialed in, she is dialed in. That went outside for a ball. Once she's gotten dialed in, going to DMAC. Has aspirations of, talked with her pitching coach. She has aspirations to play at the highest level possible after going to DMAC. 3-0 is the count here to the leadoff hitter. Bance, who hit a home run to left field her last time up, kind of a no-doubter. And that one's in there for a called strike. Kennedy works with the pitching coach at Loras College. So gets some help and has been for a long time getting some help. Kevin Schuckman does it there, and he knows what he's doing. That one in there for called strike. Kevin Schuckman, a over 800 career winner coaching high school softball himself. Now is the pitching coach at Loris, and he's done a lot of work with Kennedy. As that one's fouled off. Schuckman got his wins at Western Dubuque and Edgewood Colesburg. Getting a majority of his wins there. This one, ground ball left side, snagged. Fired over to first, and it's going to be in time for the out. Great job by Wilgenbush. And Kleesner over there able to kind of step up on the base and make sure she snags it. But a one-handed grab over at third base. Grossman will step into the 9th spot. She's 0 for 1. She popped out to center field her last time up. And she hits another one to center field, and it's going to be routine playable for Horsfield. So a couple of balls sent to center field there for the 9-hole hitter. Yet making contact, hitting them far. As Talari will step in now, she's 2 for 2. Top of the 5th, 6-1, Western Dubuque in the lead. That one's in there for a called strike. ADM trying to get back to the state championship game again. 4 times they've played in the state title game since becoming ADM. Finished second all 4 times, 94, 95. We didn't quite finish this conversation, so we will finish it now. But after 1-1, going 1-1 in the 2008 tournament, before going 1-1 in the 2008 tournament, they finished runner-up in 2007. They finished as a runner-up in 1995 and finished up as a runner-up in 1994. Losing to Carlisle in 94, 5-0. They lost to Clark in the 2A title in 1995. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the leadoff hitter. Singles on the ground to right field and to left field. Either of the fields she's gone so far. One of them was between the shortstop and the third baseman, and one of them was between the first baseman and the second baseman. Six to 1 Western Dubuque leads. You can see on your scoreboard below you. And we will stay at that point as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5 as another strikeout for Kennedy. She's dealing right now, and Western Dubuque leads 6-1. Back for more softball after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
The IGHSAU State Championships are presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, and our broadcasts today are brought to you by Mid-American Energy Company. Starting to wind down as we've played through the quarterfinals and the semifinals in almost all the classes so far. We're winding up here in Class 4A as a ground ball back up the middle is snagged and fired over to first in time for the out. Boom will send this one in. It's a ground ball to the right side. She'll field it and fire to first. Was it in time? It was. Boom makes a nice play for the out. Came in relief for Yanga, who started the game off for ADM. And we'll give you the final line on her. We can close the door after the relief appearance. And this one right through the wickets over at first base as Bessler is going to reach. And it's going to be error number 3 on ADM. The first one on the first baseman, Haley Smith. Bierman will step in now. She showed ADM her speed the last time she was up with a little bunt single over to first base and then a stolen base. Track champion in the 100, the 200, and the 400 meters, was also on the sprint medley. And Bryn Walters, who came in and bats in the 9 spot in this game, she was also a part of that sprint medley team. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Walters was originally not slated to start, and then when the 9 spot came up, they pulled Rice, put Walters in, and she has been phenomenal in that 9 spot, about as good as you could ask for a 9-hole hitter since entering. A couple of runs scored, an RBI, and a couple of hits. And that will be ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to the 6-hitter. Boom issues. Heiderscheit will step in now. She scored her last time up. As she steps back into the box, she was run number 6, and now she sends this one out to center field. It's going to be playable and caught by Smith in center. A.J. Smith pulls it down for out number 3, and it'll be 2 Western Dubuque Bobcats left on base. We've played 5. It's 6-1 in favor of Western Dubuque. We're back for more softball right after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops, and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
Nothing feels quite as free as being out here.
Except this free soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
At Casey's, you can win all kinds of free stuff.
I love free.
Then you'll love this. Bought this jerky, won this free donut.
I love donuts.
And these chips can win me the big one.
What?
A free concert from country music superstar Lee Brice.
I love free Lee Brice.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town.
Free Lee!
No.
The IGHSAU Digital Network is powered by Mid-American Energy Company. As you see the crowd out in the outfield, big crowd on hand, and the fans already filing in for Fort Dodge and Waukee, which will come up next. That game was originally scheduled to start at 7:30. We will not even come close to a 7:30 start. I don't know if this game will be over at 7:30. We'll see. We're in the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning, 6-1 Western Dubuque in the lead as they're looking to get to their first ever softball state championship. No matter what happens with this ADM team, they're young and they will be around for a little while. Only 2 seniors on the roster. Hickey, who has hit 14 home runs. We talked about her a lot. And then A.J. Smith, the center fielder. Hickey's the batter right now, as that misses for a ball. She is one of just 2 seniors on this ADM roster, so even if they do fall here in the semifinals, they will be around for a long time. Yanga, their top pitcher, is just a sophomore. The relief pitcher, Boom, also a sophomore. That one's high for a ball. It's 3-1. Grossman's a sophomore. Kaylee Smith is a freshman. Cameron Smith is a freshman, as that'll be a 5-pitch walk. Maddie James, who's the flex player and been playing out in right field. Haven't seen her come to bat. She's just an 8th grader. Busta's a junior. Bance, a sophomore as well. Very young ADM team. There's Boom, the batter. Steps up here in the 3 spot, hitting for Yanga, who started the game as the pitcher. This one's up and out of play. It'll be 0-1. First at bat she's taken in the game. Yanga set 1 yard yesterday against Clear Creek Amana. It was the only run in the game. One ball and 1 strike the count. And, we mentioned to bring CCA back up. What class, I read an article by the Cedar Rapids Gazette, and what class did the CCA pitcher have yesterday after falling in that hard-fought game? The only run given up was a Yanga home run. She pitched a 2-hitter. There was only 3 hits given up in the game, because Yanga pitched a 1-hitter, and then the CCA pitcher, Weber, pitched a 2-hitter. That one is a swing and a miss. And and I read the article. Anyway, going back to my article I was reading, and she tipped her hat to the hitter. She said, yeah, I pitched really, really well, and I missed with 1 pitch, and she hit it a long ways. Was pretty close, paraphrasing a little bit there. Wasn't the exact quote, but it was pretty close to what the quote was I missed a spot, and she hit it a long ways. Which, we've talked about it on earlier broadcasts, when sometimes you just have to tip your hat to another player. That's exactly what she did. Wild pitch will move Hickey over to second base. Called strike 3, Boom is down. Kennedy, 79 pitches in the game, 5 1/3 is what she's thrown so far. And that includes 8 strikeouts. That was strikeout number 8 for Kennedy in the game. Busta will step in now and bat from the right side. And it'll start the count with a ball. Busta is the cleanup hitter. You see they're wearing number 3, right-handed batter, as she warms up. 6-1 is the score in favor of Western Dubuque over ADM. Runner at second base, top half of inning number 6. Western Dubuque is just 5 outs away. Of course, they have to get through this ADM team who can score runs. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fielded and fired over to first in time for the out. Now the runner's going to take off to third, and she'll be there on the throw. The shortstop, Walters, who came in to play for Rice at the shortstop position, will make the 6-3 putout, and then Hickey will take off and make it over to third base. The ball was knocked down by Wilgenbush over at third. Did a great job of knocking it down, keeping it in front of her. And that one's a called strike. This is Kaylee Smith. You've got Kaylee Smith, Cameron Smith, and A.J. Smith. And Kaylee's the batter now in the 5 spot. She has a ball and a strike to her name. They all bat in order as well. We started the third inning with 5, 6, and 7, so it was Smith, Smith, and Smith all due up. There's a swing and a miss, as they all bat in order. And it starts off with Kaylee, followed by AJ, followed by Cameron. AJ in the on-deck circle right now. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count, 2 outs, as Western Dubuque trying to get out of it. Ground ball Snagged by the pitcher, she'll field and fire to first. Western Dubuque is 3 outs away from their first ever state softball championship game. They're going to try to add some insurance runs here in the bottom of the sixth first. It's 6-1 at Western Dubuque leading ADM. We're back for more softball after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fort Dodge, Iowa, the IGHSAU State Championships of softball taking place in the beautiful city of Fort Dodge. On the outskirts sits this incredible softball complex we call Harland and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. 6-1 the score. Western Dubuque leads as we've nearly wrapped up the semifinal round. We know that the winner of this game will get Boone, the number 5 seed, the lowest seed we've advanced to a championship game so far, as it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1A field is the 1 seed Newell Fonda, the 3 seed Lidsman. In the 2A field, it's the 4 seed Earlham taking on the 2 seed North Lynn. As this one's popped up to the third baseman, and it's dropped out of the glove. And Wilgenbush is going to be safe. So an error will be committed on the third baseman, Hickey. And we'll have a runner over at first base for Wilgenbush. Pinch runner, is brought to you by our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. The runner is number 8, Ella Meyer, sophomore. Scored a couple runs so far in the year. She'll run over at first base. Swing and a miss. The 3A field we know is the number 1 overall seed, Assumption. And we'll see if we can find a Mount Vernon-Williamsburg final score. Let's see who advanced onto that championship game. I'm sure it is concluded already. This one is a bunt, sacrifice back to the pitcher. Mount Vernon defeats Williamsburg 6-2. So it'll be number 1 versus number 2 in Class 3A. That one is fouled off. Of course, our friends at Iowa Public Television will have all of the championship games for you starting tomorrow night with the Class 1A championship at 5 p.m. The 2A championship at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. 2:30 on Friday is the 3A championship, followed by the 4A championship at 5 o'clock, and that will close out the night with the 7:30 5A championship on Friday. All of them on Iowa Public Television. 1-1. This one is fouled off. And what I found out last year, not coming here to the state tournaments, is pretty cool. You can go to the Iowa Public Television's website, and you can watch the feed there on your smartphone, on your computer. And that's how I watched the championships in the past. IowaPBS.org. This one out in the left field. It's going to get down. Let's talk some more softballs. It's going to be a double, an RBI double at that. Out into left field. Meyer will score, and Horsfeld is on to second base, and more runs coming in here for Western Dubuque. Just one out in the contest. Now we're still a long ways from it. But if Western Dubuque gets the bats going, they can end it here in the sixth inning, but that would still be 4 runs from now. Obviously, ADM would want to stop it before them to get another chance, but if Western Dubuque is able to get to 11 runs, the game would be over. Kennedy's the batter. She's 1 for 3, but she has 2 RBIs on a double. And she has pitched a gem in the circle today for Western Dubuque. She's given up 1 run on 3 hits, and she struck out 8 as that one misses low for a ball. ADM has helped out with 5 errors committed in the game. They've helped Western Dubuque's lead in certain times. There's been times where they should be out of innings and such. But Western Dubuque really has played a pretty solid softball game. This one's popped up in the air. Kennedy had a little problems through the first, as she did in the quarterfinals, but once she settles in, she's a pretty dangerous pitcher here in the Class 4A field. Ground ball to the right side. It's scooped up and fired over to first in time for the out. Score that 4-3. Going back to the field, we got number 1 seeds in 1A, the New Alfonda and Assumption. And Fort Dodge will play for their berth later on, their number 1 seed. So a chance at 3 number 1 seeds. We lost the number 1 seed here in 4A. We lost the number 1 seed in Class 2A. So far, Wilton going down earlier today on this field. Boone going down last game, Winterset going down by Boone last game on this field. Horsfeld is over at third base now. And the ball's going to get away, and it's going to be a wild pitch, and the run's going to score. (2-0) is the count. 8-1 now the Western Dubuque lead. Kleesner is the batter. She's 0 for 3. This one in the air towards the right field side, and it's going to be a foul ball. See Jalen Adams over there for Fort Dodge, warming up in the bullpen. She'll be the starting pitcher for the Fort Dodge Dodgers coming up. The number 1 overall seed taking on Waukee next. We'll have that game for you here on the IGHSAU Digital Network. Missing high for a ball. Adams doing some work over there in the bullpen. Right now it's the final game here in Class 4A. We've decided everything except for 5A now. Going on is Pleasant Valley and Centennial over in the other 5A game. Called strike, it'll be a full count. Pleasant Valley, 11-10 winners over Southeast Polk in their first round game, and Centennial a 2-0 winner over Iowa City High. As that one's fouled off. So it's the 2-seed PV taking on the 6-seed Centennial, and the winner will get either number 1 seed Fort Dodge or number 4 seed Waukee. In the championship game, we'll have that semifinal Fort Dodge and Waukee next for you, fouled off. And again, obviously will not start at 7:30 because it is exactly 7:30 right now. And so we're looking at probably north of 8 o'clock for the start on Fort Dodge and Waukee. Somewhere north of 8 o'clock. Probably right now 8:10, 8:15 at the earliest. 3-2. Low ball 4. Kleesner down to first base. And we will see the catcher Harris step in. She's also 0 for 3. Kleesner was 0 for 3. The middle of the order has struggled a little bit here for Western Dubuque. But it's been the bottom of the order and the top of the order that have really paid off. But it's been this Middle part 3, 4 have kind of been a little bit of a strugglesome for Western Dubuque. Courtesy runner over at first base. Brought to you by our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT. It'll be a pinch runner, Gabby Kaiser. Number 17, Gabby Kaiser enters the game. And the first pitch is called a strike to Harris. Thank you to our friends at IMT. Be worry-free with IMT. Gabby Kaiser over at first base. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. It's an 8-1 lead for the number 2 seed Western Dubuque. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Boom's got it and fires it over to first in time for the out. Okay, it's down to the top of the 7th inning. Western Dubuque is 3 outs away from a state tournament, state championship appearance. ADM needs 7 runs to tie it up. We'll see who can do it first when we come back on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
For Dodge, Iowa, the lights are starting to come on here at the Iowa Central Field. The IGHSAU State Championships are brought to you by our friends at the Iowa Farm Bureau, and our streams today are powered by Mid-American Energy Company. IGHSAU with you as Western Dubuque leads ADM 8-1 as we head to the top half of inning at number 7. You can see all that information down in the right-hand side of your screen. Bottom right is the scoreboard. 1-0 the count here in the top of the 7th inning. And it will be a 1-1 count. Called strike. The batter is number 6, A.J. Smith, the center fielder. It'll go A.J. Smith, who will be followed by Cameron Smith, and then Bance, who is homered in this game. Ground ball back towards the pitcher. It's fielded and fired to first in time for the out. Kennedy has had a pretty good game, and Western Dubuque is just 1 out or 2 outs away from going to their first ever state championship game in softball. And Kennedy has definitely put on a show today, and she is definitely making a case as our Casey's General Store player of the game. Appreciate our friends at Casey's General Store sponsoring that. That one's in there for a called strike. Kennedy so far on the game, she's thrown 90 pitches, faced 24 batters, 6 1/3, 56 strikes, 34 balls. She's allowed just 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits. She's walked 2 batters, and she's struck out 8. A 1.105 ERA and a .789 whip. A whip under 1. She's left 4 ADM Tigers on base, 1 stolen at base against her, 1 wild pitch, and opponents are batting, ooh, that one right back at us. Opponents are batting 136. 136 are all opponents are batting against Kennedy in this game. Just incredible. Oh, and 2 is the count here for Kennedy. And for the Western Dubuque Bobcats, their only girls team championship came in girls basketball in 1987 in 5-on-5 girls basketball. They have some individual titles in bowling and in track, and are just a strike and 2 more outs away from reaching the title game for the first time in school history. They made the semifinal game. I talked to them last night afterwards, after their quarterfinal game, talking with them, and the biggest thing was, we made it down here. We did this for the first time in school history, but it's not just getting down here and getting to the semifinals for the first time in school history. It's playing in a state championship game. It's winning a state title is what's going to mean the most for them. Strikeout number 8 for Kennedy, our Casey's General Store player of the game. Fans, Casey's General Store is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for the new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem Casey's cash for fuel discounts and donations to local schools. Congratulations to our Casey's General Store player of the game. It's Sydney Kennedy, the returning All-State pitcher and batter for the Western Dubuque Bobcats. Will play at DMAC next year, and she has earned the right to play for one of the top JUCOs in the nation. Along with her pitching stats that we gave you, she also has a hit tonight, as that's a base hit out to the right field. So hold the suspense, Bobcat fans. Not quite over, as we'll see if ADM rallies here. But along with the pitching stats that we gave you, Kennedy also has a double in the game for a hit. She's walked once and scored 2 runs. So she's done it with her bat, she's done it with her arm. And we're going to have a runner over at first base here for ADM. Hannah Grossman is our IMT pinch runner. And we also have a pinch hitter as well. It'll be number 14. Number 14 is Marissa Gerleman. So Gerleman is in to bat. She's an IMT pinch hitter, IMT pinch runner, and IMT pinch hitter are on the field here for ADM. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Gerleman is another one of the young girls on this team, a freshman for ADM. We mentioned ADM is going to be back here. I would put the farm on it that ADM is going to make a run again in the future. A really, really young team. They have just 2 seniors on the team. Sad to lose them, including Brooke Hickey. It's a big loss for them. 14 home runs she had this year, over 50 hits, over 40 RBI. So tough to lose her. It's an 0-2 count, 1 strike away for Western Dubuque. Can they get it right here? This one's popped up in the air, and it's going to be a foul ball. You can see the smiles already on all the Western Dubuque players. The catcher, Harris, she's smiling bright. Hilgenbusch has got a big smile on her face over the third base side as well, as Western Dubuque fans waving the shirts that are not on the bodies we talked about earlier. 0-2, and it's ball 1. The Bobcat fans, no shirts on. They've got Bobcats painted in body paint across their chest with no shirts on, and they're waving the shirts now with 2 strikes. We'll do the 2-strike thing once again. Runner over at first base, and we are set for the 1-2 pitch, and it's a ball. Outside ball 2. Again, Fort Dodge and Waukee coming up the final semifinal that will be played in Iowa. In 2021 will be next right here on the IGHSAU Digital Network. Fort Dodge and Waukee, well after 8 o'clock will be our start. Swing and a foul tip. Big cut there for Gerleman, but she fouled it back to the backstop. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 8-1 is the lead for Western Dubuque. We'll try the 2-strike thing again. And again, it's fouled off. Gerleman will hang in there tough as she should. The freshman has just 2 hits on the year. She's only registered 4 at-bats. But we'll get her name in the state tournament scorebook with an at-bat here, and she's trying to keep things going on the line here for ADM. Hitting here in the 9-hole. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kennedy does it with her arm. That's exactly how things should end, with Sydney Kennedy striking out the 10th batter of the game. 10 strikeouts for Sydney Kennedy, and Western Dubuque, for the first time in school history, will play for a state championship tomorrow night. Excuse me, Friday night. Friday nights, Western Dubuque will play for a state title for the first time in school history. Made the semifinals, now we're in the championship game. ADM falls short of the title game after making it there in 2018, 7, 95, and 94. They fell short in 2008 and do so again here, but a hard-fought game and a good season for the ADM Tigers. Will fall short of the state title game. 8 runs on 5 hits and no errors for Western Dubuque. 1 run on 3 hits and 5 errors for ADM, and that's what's going to wrap it up. We do have the final semifinal coming your way. Fort Dodge and Waukee are next on the IGHSAU Digital Network. We appreciate you tuning in, Western Dubuque ADM fans and softball fans in general all around the state. My name has been Zarin Egestal. Justin's done a great job back in running the controls. Randy up on camera. We appreciate all the hard work of all the people behind the scenes. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Fort Dodge and Waukee will come up after a little while here on the IGHSAU Digital Network. One more semifinal to go. We'll be back. You've been watching the last couple of days and continue to watch here on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. I'm Zarin Egestal saying goodbye.